Welcome everyone. Today we will see how we can bind our Binance API with UnTrade on our mobile phones. So let's begin. First of all, we will go to Binance website and we will log into our Binance account. You will see an icon of the top right. I have already logged into the account. So you'll click on the top right icon and you'll select sub accounts. Since we are seeing how we can diversify our funds into different strategies, then you will click on create sub account. So there are two ways to create a sub account, either with a virtual email or an actual email. For this video, we will be using a virtual email. So you will select the option of create with virtual email. You will label this sub account. For example, I am labeling this as bars 3x because I will be following bars 3x through this sub account, and I will click on create sub account. You will see sub account is created. Next step for me is to enable futures on this account. So I click on the three dots and I will click on enable future. I'll click on confirm. Sub account has been created, futures has been enabled. Now next step for me is to create API keys for this account. So I'll go back and now I'll click on API management under the sub account section. Now I will click on create API, system generated. I click next. I will select the sub account bars 3x underscore virtual. I'll label this API key as bars 3x again for easy identification, and I click on next. I will enter the code received on my authenticator app and on my email. You will see API keys have been created, API key and secret key. I'll copy the API key that has been created, go to my UnTrade app, I'll click on profile on the bottom right corner, and then I'll click on exchange APIs. I will select Binance as my broker, label the API key. So I'll again label it as bars 3x. Paste the API key that I have copied from Binance. I'll go back to Binance, copy the secret key this time, paste it under the secret key column, copy the IP address from my UnTrade app, go to Binance, I will restrict access to this IP, I will paste this IP address here and click on confirm. Next is I will enable futures and enable spot and margin trading, and I will save these settings. Again, I will enter the code received on my authenticator app and on my email account. I'll go back to my UnTrade app. I will click the checkbox and I click on proceed. I'll receive a code on my email which I'll enter here. I click confirm. You'll see my API bind has been successful. Now I'll go back to home. And again, I will create more sub accounts because I want to diversify my funds into different strategies. So now I will go to account management again under sub account section. Click on create sub account again. Create with virtual email. I will label this virtual email as omega 3x because I want to follow omega 3x. Click on create sub account. Again, I will enable futures on this account by clicking on the three dots. Enable futures and I click confirm. The steps are similar. Now I will go to the API management section. Click on create API, system generated, next. This time I will select the omega 3x virtual account, label this as omega 3x again for easy identification, and click on next. I'll enter the codes received on my authenticator app and my email. I'll be able to see my API key and secret key. I'll follow the exact same steps. I'll copy the API key from my Binance account and go to my UnTrade app. Again, I'll click on the profile section, exchange APIs. I will select Binance again as my broker. Label this API key as Omega 3x. I will paste the API key that I've just copied from Binance. I will go back to Binance. I will now copy the secret key. I will paste it here. Now from UnTrade app, I'll copy the IP address and I will give access to this IP so that I can enable futures and other permissions. I'll enable futures and spot and margin trading and click save. I'll enter the codes received on authenticator app and email. I'll go back to my UnTrade app, select the checkbox and click proceed. Next step is to enter the code received on my email, click confirm. You'll see my API bind has been successful. Now I'll create one more sub account because I want to diversify my funds into 3 different strategies. I'll go back to Binance. I'll go to the account management section under sub accounts. I'll click on create sub account. Again, create with virtual email. This time I will label this as Tarang 3x. Click on create sub account. And I'll enable futures on this sub account as well. Now I will go to the API management section. Click on create API, system generated. Next, I will select the Tarang 3x virtual account. Label this as Tarang 3x for easy identification. Click next. Enter the codes received on authenticator app and email. Now you will be able to see API key and secret key created for this sub account. Again, the same steps. I will copy the API key, go back to my UnTrade account, click on profile at the bottom right corner, exchange APIs. I will select Binance. I will label this API key as Tarang 3x. I will paste the API key here. I'll go back to Binance, copy the secret key, paste it in my UnTrade app. I will copy the IP address from my UnTrade app. Go back to Binance, give permission to this IP address. I will enable spot and margin and futures trading. Save these settings. Enter the codes received on your authenticator app and email. I will go back to my UnTrade app, give permissions, click on proceed. Enter the code received on my email account. Click confirm. After clicking proceed, you notice I will be successful in binding my API. Now we have created 3 sub accounts and we have successfully binded their APIs with our UnTrade app. So the next step for us will now be to transfer funds into these sub accounts. For that, I will again go to the sub account section, and this time I will go to asset management. Under asset management, you will notice there are 2 options. One is deposit and one is transfer. I click on transfer since I'll be transferring funds from my spot wallet, which is my main account email, and I'll be transferring it into my sub account. So I'll be selecting the email from my main account. The wallet will be spot and I'll be transferring it to my sub account. So first I'll select bars 3x. Under bars 3x, I'll want to transfer the funds to my futures wallet, USDM futures wallet. So I'll select USDM futures here and I will select coin as USDT. I'll enter the amount, however much I want to transfer, and I click on confirm. You'll see transfer has been completed. Now if we'll follow the exact same steps to transfer funds to our Omega 3x and Tarang 3x sub accounts as well. This time I'll select Omega 3x, wallet will be same USDM for futures and coin will be same USDT. I'll enter the amount, I'll click confirm and you'll notice transfer has been completed. I'll do the exact same thing this time for Tarang 3x. USDM futures, coin will be USDT, enter the amount and click confirm. Now all 3 sub accounts have been created, have been binded with UnTrade, and funds have also been transferred. So now the final step remaining for us is to follow these strategies. So on the top of the app, you'll see we have right now selected Binance main. From here, we can switch to different profiles. So you'll notice now I want to switch to Tarang. I select Tarang and I click on switch. I'll go to the algo section. I'll select Tarang 3x and I'll swipe right to follow. You can see I have successfully followed Tarang. I'll repeat the steps to follow 2 other strategies as well. Now I'll go back to my home screen. On top, I'll now again switch my profile. This time I'll switch to Omega 3x. I'll select Omega 3x, I'll click switch. I'll go to the algo section, look for Omega 3x here, click follow, and at the bottom I'll swipe right to follow. You'll see I have successfully followed Omega 3x as well. Now last remaining strategy for me to follow is bars 3x. I'll again go to the home section. At the top of the screen, I'll switch my profile to bars 3x this time. I click on bars 3x, I click switch. Go to the algo section. Look for bars 3x. And I will swipe right to follow. That's it. So I have successfully followed all 3 strategies. I have diversified my funds into 3 different strategies using 3 different sub accounts. I've created the sub accounts, created their APIs, connected them with UnTrade, transferred funds, and finally followed strategies. You'll see, if you'll click on the top of the screen, you'll see you have followed Tarang 3x, you have followed Omega 3x, and you have followed bars 3x as well. Thanks a lot for watching this video.